There are films that entertain, and then there are films that define entire seasons. Stories that don't just unfold on screen, but echo through generations. Moments of warmth, loneliness, redemption, and magic, stitched into cinematic history. Behind their glow lie battles, risks, and decisions that almost changed everything. Tonight, we step beyond nostalgia into the truth behind the greatest Christmas films ever made. Home Alone, 1990. Snow falls gently over a quiet suburban Chicago neighborhood, but inside one house, chaos erupts, packing, shouting, forgotten details, and in that whirlwind, a child is accidentally left behind, setting the stage for one of the most iconic holiday films ever created. Directed by Chris Columbus and written by John Hughes, Home Alone was born from a deceptively simple premise that studios initially underestimated, even as Hughes envisioned something far more emotionally layered beneath the slapstick exterior. Casting was pivotal, and the selection of Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister became the film's defining stroke of genius. His ability to oscillate between mischievous confidence and vulnerable loneliness gave the film its emotional backbone. Culkin's preparation was less about method and more about instinct, yet his timing and expressive control elevated scenes into timeless moments. The production faced logistical challenges, including constructing an entire house interior inside a high school gym to accommodate complex camera movements and elaborate stunt sequences involving the burglars, played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, whose physical comedy required meticulous choreography to balance humor with safety. With a modest budget of around $18 million, the film exploded into a global phenomenon, grossing over $470 million worldwide and becoming the highest-grossing live-action comedy for years. Critics initially praised its humor and charm, but were divided on its cartoonish violence, though audiences overwhelmingly embraced it. The film earned nominations at the Academy Awards for its memorable score by John Williams and its original song, both of which contributed significantly to its enduring atmosphere. Some controversy emerged over the depiction of child endangerment and exaggerated violence, yet these concerns faded as the film became a staple of holiday viewing. Culturally, Home Alone reshaped the modern Christmas movie landscape, blending family sentiment with high-energy comedy, influencing countless imitators. Its legacy persists not only in sequels and references, but in its annual return to screens worldwide, where new generations discover Kevin's journey from isolation to appreciation. Decades later, its impact remains undiminished, a testament to the power of storytelling that captures both laughter and longing in equal measure. 2. It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. A quiet town glows under a blanket of snow, but beneath its peaceful exterior lies the story of a man on the brink of despair, standing on a bridge contemplating the unthinkable, unaware that his life is about to be revealed as something extraordinary. Directed by Frank Capra and starring James Stewart as George Bailey, this film emerged from post-war America, carrying the emotional weight of a nation redefining itself. Stewart, himself a war veteran, brought a profound authenticity to George's internal struggle, channeling personal experiences into a performance that remains one of cinema's most deeply human portrayals. Casting Donna Reed as Mary added warmth and resilience, grounding the film's emotional core. Production was ambitious for its time, including the creation of an entire fictional town, Bedford Falls, on an RKO backlot, complete with innovative snow effects developed to avoid the noise issues of traditional methods. Despite a substantial budget of approximately $3.2 million, the film initially underperformed at the box office, failing to recoup its costs and leaving Capper's production company in financial difficulty. Critical reception at release was mixed. While some praised its message and performances, others found it overly sentimental. It received 5 nominations at the Academy Awards, including Best Picture, but did not secure a win. Over time, however, its fortunes changed dramatically due to a lapse in copyright that allowed widespread television broadcasting, transforming it into a holiday tradition. There were subtle controversies regarding its perceived political undertones, with some critics during the Cold War era interpreting its themes as critiques of capitalism, though such readings remain debated. Culturally, the film stands as a profound exploration of individual worth, community, and the unseen impact of one life on many others. Its narrative structure, blending fantasy with grounded realism, influenced countless filmmakers and storytelling techniques. Today, It's a Wonderful Life is not merely a Christmas movie. It is a cinematic ritual, a reminder of hope in moments of darkness, and a testament to the enduring power of empathy and human connection. Its legacy continues to grow, resonating more deeply with each passing generation that rediscovers its message.
3. Elf, 2003. A sleigh glides across a glowing Arctic sky, but inside Santa's workshop, one figure towers awkwardly among the elves, a human raised in a world of sugar, song, and unwavering belief, setting the stage for a story that blends innocence with identity in a way few holiday films ever attempt. Directed by Jon Favreau, Elf was a gamble in an era when Christmas comedies were struggling to redefine themselves, and its success hinged almost entirely on the casting of Will Ferrell as Buddy, a role he approached with total commitment, immersing himself in childlike wonder while resisting any trace of cynicism. Ferrell's preparation was rooted in physical comedy and improvisation, but what elevated his performance was an emotional sincerity that made Buddy's journey, from naive outsider to self-aware individual, deeply resonant. The production faced unique challenges, particularly in creating the illusion of Buddy's exaggerated size in the North Pole, using forced perspective techniques rather than CGI, a decision that gave the film a tactile, storybook quality. Filming in New York City introduced logistical hurdles, especially during scenes involving real crowds reacting to Ferrell's unscripted antics, blurring the line between performance and reality. With a budget of approximately $33 million, the film became a massive commercial success, grossing over $220 million worldwide and revitalizing the holiday comedy genre. Critics responded positively, praising its heart and Ferrell's performance, though some initially questioned its tonal balance between absurdity and sentiment. While it did not dominate major award circuits like the Academy Awards, its cultural impact far exceeded traditional accolades, becoming a modern classic through repeated holiday broadcasts. Minor controversies emerged around its over-commercialism and portrayal of New York cynicism, but these critiques only underscored the film's thematic contrast between innocence and modern detachment. Culturally, Elf redefined what a holiday film could be in the 21st century, merging old-fashioned sincerity with contemporary humor, influencing a wave of holiday films that sought to balance irony with warmth. Its legacy endures in quotable lines, seasonal traditions, and its ability to remind audiences that belief, no matter how naive it may seem, can transform not only individuals but entire communities, making it one of the most emotionally impactful holiday films of its generation.
4. The Polar Express, 2004. A lone train emerges from the darkness of a snowy night, its arrival both magical and mysterious, inviting a hesitant child and the audience into a journey that blurs the boundary between reality and imagination, redefining how Christmas stories could be told through technology and emotion. Directed by Robert Zemeckis and based on the beloved book by Chris Van Allsburg, The Polar Express represented a bold leap into performance capture filmmaking, with Tom Hanks portraying multiple characters, a decision that added thematic cohesion, but also introduced technical and emotional challenges. Hanks approached the project with meticulous preparation, studying subtle vocal and physical distinctions to differentiate each role, while the production team struggled to refine motion capture technology that was still in its infancy, resulting in the now famous uncanny valley effect that divided audiences. The film's budget soared to approximately $165 million, reflecting its experimental nature, and while its global box office surpassed $300 million, its financial success was initially questioned due to high production costs. Critics offered mixed reviews upon release, praising its ambition and visual spectacle, but expressing unease with its character animation, a reaction that sparked ongoing debates about the role of technology in storytelling. The film received nominations at the Academy Awards, particularly for its sound editing and musical achievements, including the song Believe, which became emblematic of its message. Controversy centered largely on its visual style, with some viewers finding it emotionally distancing, yet others embraced its dreamlike quality as integral to its narrative. Culturally, the Polar Express stands as a pivotal moment in cinematic history, marking the transition towards digital performance and influencing future projects that sought to merge live-action nuance with animated worlds. Its themes of belief, doubt, and the fragile boundary between childhood wonder and adult skepticism resonate deeply, ensuring its place as a holiday staple despite initial skepticism. Over time, audiences have revisited the film with greater appreciation, recognizing its ambition and emotional core as ahead of its time, solidifying its legacy as both a technological milestone and a heartfelt exploration of faith in the unseen magic of Christmas.
5. A Christmas Carol, 1951. A cold wind sweeps through the fog-laden streets of Victorian London, where shadows stretch long across cobblestones, and the sound of distant bells echoes like a warning, drawing us into the world of Ebenezer Scrooge, a man whose heart has grown as frozen as the winter around him, yet whose fate is about to be rewritten in a single, unforgettable night. Directed by Brian Desmond Hurst, and based on the timeless novella by Charles Dickens, this 1951 adaptation is widely regarded as one of the most definitive cinematic interpretations of the story, largely due to the towering performance of Alastair Sim, whose portrayal of Scrooge transcends caricature to reveal a deeply wounded and psychologically complex individual. Sim's preparation involved a careful study of Dickensian language and emotional restraint, allowing his transformation from bitter isolation to redemptive joy to feel both gradual and profoundly earned. The production, though modest in budget, faced challenges in recreating the atmospheric authenticity of 19th century London, relying heavily on expressive lighting, detailed set design, and practical effects to evoke a haunting, almost gothic tone that distinguished it from lighter adaptations. Upon release, the film received strong critical acclaim in the United Kingdom, though its darker interpretation initially limited its appeal in the United States, where audiences expected a more sentimental approach. Over time, however, its reputation grew significantly, becoming a holiday staple and earning recognition as one of the most faithful and emotionally powerful adaptations of Dickens' work. While it did not achieve major award success at institutions like the Academy Awards, its influence has been enduring, shaping countless subsequent retellings. Minor controversies arose regarding its somber tone and moral intensity, with some critics arguing it was too bleak for family viewing. Yet these very qualities have come to define its lasting impact. Culturally and historically, the film captures not only the spirit of Dickens' narrative, but also the post-war introspection of a society grappling with themes of compassion, responsibility, and redemption. Its legacy lies in its unwavering commitment to emotional truth, proving that even the coldest heart can be warmed by empathy and human connection, a message that continues to resonate with audiences across generations, ensuring its place as one of the most profound Christmas films ever created. 6. Die Hard, 1988. High above the glittering skyline of Los Angeles, inside a corporate tower lit by Christmas lights and false security, a celebration turns into a battleground, redefining not only the action genre, but also what audiences could consider a Christmas movie, as tension, isolation, and survival unfold over the course of a single relentless night. Directed by John McTiernan and based on the novel by Roderick Thorpe, Die Hard was initially seen as a risky project, especially with the unconventional casting of Bruce Willis as John McClane, a choice that puzzled industry insiders who were accustomed to more physically imposing action heroes. Willis, however, approached the role with a grounded realism, portraying McClane not as an invincible figure, but as a vulnerable, exhausted human being, which became the film's defining strength. Opposite him, Alan Rickman delivered a masterful performance as Hans Gruber, combining elegance with menace in a way that elevated the antagonist into cinematic legend. The production faced intense challenges, from complex stunt coordination to filming in the still under construction Nakatomi Plaza, where practical effects and real explosions were used to heighten authenticity. With a budget of approximately $28 million, the film achieved significant box office success, grossing over $140 million worldwide and exceeding expectations. Critical reception was overwhelmingly positive, with praise directed at its pacing, character development, and innovative approach to action storytelling, though its extreme violence sparked debates about its appropriateness as holiday entertainment. While it did not dominate the Academy Awards, it received nominations in technical categories, recognizing its achievements in sound and editing. The film also faced censorship issues in certain markets due to its intensity, further fueling its reputation as a bold and uncompromising work. Culturally, Die Hard occupies a unique space, challenging traditional definitions of Christmas cinema by embedding its narrative within the holiday setting while subverting expectations through action and suspense. Its legacy is immense, influencing countless films and establishing a new archetype for action heroes, while its ongoing debate as a true Christmas movie only reinforces its enduring relevance. Decades later, it remains a powerful example of how genre boundaries can be broken and how even amidst chaos and conflict, themes of resilience, reconciliation, and human connection can emerge, making it an essential part of holiday film history.
7. Love Actually, 2003. A mosaic of lives unfolds across a wintry London, where airports, quiet homes, and bustling streets become intersections of longing, heartbreak, and fleeting joy, capturing the fragile, chaotic, and often contradictory nature of love during the most emotionally heightened time of the year. Directed by Richard Curtis, Love Actually was an ambitious narrative experiment, weaving together multiple storylines into a single cohesive emotional experience, a structure that posed significant challenges in both writing and editing, as Curtis sought to balance humor with sincerity without allowing any thread to feel insignificant. The casting was nothing short of extraordinary, bringing together talents such as Hugh Grant, Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, and Keira Knightley, each delivering performances that required nuanced emotional preparation as their characters navigated deeply personal arcs within limited screen time. Grant's portrayal of the Prime Minister, blending charm with vulnerability, became instantly iconic, while Thompson's quietly devastating performance revealed the film's emotional depth beneath its romantic surface. Production complexities included coordinating overlapping schedules for a large ensemble cast and capturing authentic London locations during the busy holiday season, adding logistical strain to an already intricate project. With a budget of approximately $40 million, the film achieved substantial commercial success, grossing over $245 million worldwide, solidifying its place as a modern holiday classic. Critical reception at release was mixed. While many praised its warmth and ensemble performances, others criticized its uneven tone and perceived sentimentality, sparking debates about its narrative coherence. Though it did not dominate major ceremonies like the Academy Awards, it gained recognition through audience appreciation and enduring popularity. Controversies emerged regarding its portrayal of relationships and accusations of reinforcing unrealistic romantic ideals, yet these critiques only deepened discussions around its themes. Culturally, Love Actually became a defining film of early 21st century Christmas cinema, influencing a wave of ensemble romantic narratives and embedding itself in seasonal traditions worldwide. Its legacy lies in its willingness to embrace imperfection, presenting love not as a singular idealized force, but as a spectrum of experiences, joyful, painful, awkward, and transformative, making it a deeply resonant reflection of human connection that continues to captivate audiences year after year. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. A twisted, moonlit landscape emerges where skeletal trees curl toward the sky and shadows dance with eerie elegance, drawing us into Halloween Town, a place of perpetual fright that unexpectedly becomes the birthplace of one of the most imaginative Christmas stories ever conceived, blending darkness with wonder in a way that redefined animated storytelling. Produced and conceived by Tim Burton and directed by Henry Selick, The Nightmare Before Christmas began as a poem Burton wrote during his early days at Walt Disney Productions, but its journey to the screen was long and complex, delayed by technological limitations and studio hesitation about its unconventional tone. The film's stop-motion animation required painstaking craftsmanship, with each frame meticulously constructed, resulting in a production process that stretched over several years and demanded extraordinary patience and precision from the creative team. Casting the voice of Jack Skellington involved a dual performance, with Chris Sarandon providing speaking dialogue and Danny Elfman delivering the character's haunting musical numbers, a decision that added depth and theatricality to the film's emotional core. Elfman's score became one of the film's defining elements, blending gothic tones with festive melodies to create a soundscape that was both unsettling and enchanting. With a budget of approximately $18 million, the film achieved moderate box office success upon release, earning around $75 million worldwide, though it did not initially reach the blockbuster status of other holiday films. Critical reception was largely positive, with praise directed at its originality, visual artistry, and musical composition, even as some critics struggled to categorize its genre. It received nominations at the Academy Awards for its visual effects, a rare recognition for stop-motion animation at the time. Minor controversies arose regarding its darker themes and suitability for younger audiences, yet these elements became central to its identity. Culturally, the film transcended seasonal boundaries, becoming both a Halloween and Christmas staple, and influencing an entire generation of artists and filmmakers drawn to its unique aesthetic. Its legacy continues to expand, with merchandise, stage adaptations, and enduring fan devotion ensuring its place as a timeless work of cinematic imagination, proving that even the most unconventional visions can become deeply cherished traditions.
9. The Grinch, 2000. High above the cheerful chaos of Whoville, where light shimmer and laughter fills the air, there exists a shadowed mountain cave inhabited by a bitter, isolated figure whose heart has long since hardened against the very joy that defines the season, setting the stage for a story that explores not just holiday spirit, but the deeper wounds that can estrange an individual from the world. Directed by Ron Howard and based on the beloved work of Dr. Seuss, The Grinch was a bold live-action adaptation that required translating a highly stylized, whimsical universe into a tangible cinematic experience. The casting of Jim Carrey as the Grinch proved both inspired and demanding, as Carrey underwent extensive physical and psychological preparation, enduring hours of daily prosthetic application that he later described as an endurance test, requiring near meditative discipline to maintain focus under intense conditions. His performance fused manic energy with unexpected vulnerability, transforming the Grinch from a purely comedic antagonist into a deeply layered character shaped by rejection and loneliness. Production challenges were immense, particularly in constructing the elaborate sets of Whoville and developing costumes that maintained Seussian aesthetics while allowing actor mobility, all under the pressure of a substantial budget of approximately $123 million. The film achieved massive commercial success, grossing over $345 million worldwide, though its critical reception at release was mixed, with praise for Carrey's performance contrasted by criticism of its tone and pacing. It received recognition at the Academy Awards, winning for Best Makeup, a testament to its technical achievements. Some controversies arose around its darker humor and expanded narrative elements, which deviated from the simplicity of the original story, sparking debates among purists. Culturally, however, The Grinch cemented itself as a holiday staple, its imagery and performances becoming deeply embedded in seasonal traditions. Its legacy lies in its ability to reinterpret a classic tale for a modern audience, emphasizing themes of empathy, transformation, and the rediscovery of joy, ensuring that its impact endures far beyond its initial reception and continues to resonate with viewers across generations. 10. A Christmas Story, 1983. A snowy Midwestern town glows with quiet nostalgia, where childhood dreams are shaped not by grand adventures, but by small, deeply personal desires, none more urgent than a young boy's obsession with a single Christmas gift, a Red Ryder BB gun, which becomes the emotional anchor of a story that transforms ordinary memories into cinematic legend. Directed by Bob Clark and based on the semi-autobiographical writings of Gene Shepard, A Christmas Story captures the fragmented, often humorous nature of memory itself, weaving together episodic moments that reflect both the innocence and absurdity of childhood. Casting was crucial, with Peter Billingsley delivering a performance that balanced wide-eyed sincerity with subtle comedic timing, while Shepard's own narration provided a reflective layer that bridged past and present, giving the film its distinctive voice. The production faced challenges in recreating the 1940s setting on a limited budget of approximately $3.3 million, relying on practical locations and meticulous attention to period detail to achieve authenticity. Upon its initial release, the film performed modestly at the box office, earning around $20 million, and received mixed critical reviews, with some critics failing to fully grasp its unconventional vignette-style structure. It did not receive major recognition from institutions like the Academy Awards, yet its true impact emerged over time through repeated television broadcasts, particularly its now famous 24-hour marathon airings, which transformed it into a cultural phenomenon. Minor controversies included debates over its nostalgic portrayal of a bygone era, with some questioning its selective memory of the past, yet these discussions only deepened its interpretive richness. Culturally and historically, A Christmas Story stands as a profound exploration of memory, desire, and the universal longing for belonging, capturing the essence of childhood in a way that feels both deeply personal and universally relatable. Its legacy is defined not by initial acclaim, but by endurance, as it continues to resonate with audiences who see their own lives reflected in its seemingly simple yet emotionally resonant moments, solidifying its place as one of the most beloved and enduring Christmas films of all time.
These films are not just stories, they are memories we return to. They remind us who we were and who we still hope to be. Across decades, across generations, their magic refuses to fade. Because Christmas is not just a day, it's a feeling these films protect. A feeling of hope, of love, of second chances. So which one lives closest to your heart? Tell us below and keep the conversation alive. Subscribe because the next story might change how you see cinema forever.